you know, when we talk about the animal kingdom, the world of animal consciousness, we use a phrase called fight and flight syndrome. Yeah, in the animal kingdom, there's either a fight or a flight. When we were talking in the morning about self acceptance, that's exactly the two modes that we were talking about. That largely human beings, when they don't accept anything, either a situation or a person, there's either a fight mode, which is you start to fight with that by non accepting it, or there's a flight mode, which is you try to run away and brush it aside. Yeah, this is we discussed. Fight mode would be the mode of the rajas, and flight mode would be the mode of tamas. Yeah, clear? And we also discussed that most of the humanity usually operate in these two zones. Yeah. What's the mode of the sattva, the third energy? Sattvic energy, you've heard this word. Huh? What's the mode of the sattva? Samtabhav. Which means what? Which means you are accepting everything the way it is. Each person, each situation. Now you will ask then, so for example, if somebody has an issue, maybe you've written anger for an example. Let's say if somebody wrote anger in the morning in the diary, that this is something in me which I don't accept. Yeah. So the natural question in the mind would be, so what do I do about it? Something needs to be done about anger issue, right? But look at the trick of it. Your enemy keeps standing with absolute strength till the time you view it as an enemy. The moment you stop viewing the enemy as an enemy, the moment you start to accept the enemy also, which you term as an enemy, you broke the spine of the enemy. By accepting something, you you take the entire energy away from that thing. Your rejection was giving the spine the energy to that situation or to that person or to whatever was stuck in your head. It's like if you wrote in the morning that, I don't accept anger in me, for an example. Your non acceptance of your anger issue is powering your anger. The moment you start to accept your own anger, that okay, I accept it, it is there, you've already taken energy out of the anger. It's like you're not giving more energy, more attention to the anger anymore. So it's like उसका spine आपने already तोड़ दिया. It's still there, mind you, but your own anger, your own obsession has become extremely weak just because you've accepted it. Just just see that, that's how God has made you, as an angry reactionary being. Can you not accept it? कि ऐसा ही बनाया मुझे परमात्मा ने. What to do? Of course, then not fall into the tamas of it. But the beauty is, if you can totally accept this, that this is how God has made me, not as an ego statement, but deep inside you, if you totally accept कि ऐसा ही बनाया मुझे परमात्मा ने, can you imagine the revolution that it will bring to your life? You need deep strength to accept yourself, because so many rights and wrongs you fed into your mind, that this is right behavior, this is not right behavior. So many concepts you put in your mind. It's a revolution if you can do that. And again I'm saying, जिंदगी में एक बार इसको करके देखो. Maybe this is a wrong way, for an example, but all I'm recommending, once in life, for at least let's say 3 months, just live that in total acceptance. As an experiment, can we do it? I'm not saying change your life forever, I'm saying as an experiment, can we do it for 3 months? That I accept everything about me. Go into total acceptance and do not do anything. And do not be worried about even if it is taking you to the tamas zone. Let's say you are totally right now in the rajas zone where you have list of issues that you do not accept and you want to fine tune them, correct? By not accepting them. I'm saying do an experiment. Accept whatever is there in you, all goods and bads, for 3 months. Even if it takes you to the inertia zone, the tamas zone, I'm saying allow that too. करके देखो एक बार. Especially people who have the rajas tendency. This is recommended for them. 3 months down the line, we meet again. We see what happens to your life. Because when you accept it, and if it takes the tamas zone, at least you will know a different flavor, and then you can come back to the samatha, to the sattva. But initiate करके देखो एक बार ये experiment. Just see what it brings. Because straight away from the rajas, when you get into the tamas zone, there's a relaxation, by the way. Huh? I'm saying experience that too. Struggle बंद हो जाएगी. The struggle to quick fix will be over. Maybe the ego will take a turn saying that I don't care. Yeah, I'm saying it's all right. We'll fix that when the time comes. But at least taste that first. First, taste the attitude of let go or giving up. And then we'll again come back to the middle. But this is the only secret, or this is a great secret, so to say, that in acceptance, the dissolution happens. In samatha, in the sattva, is the dissolution happens. Paramji, there is no other way of anything that we are struggling with. You can keep on fighting with things that you do not accept. They will not leave you for this life and for the lives to come. It is guaranteed they will not leave you. And if you keep on rejecting them as tamas, they will still not leave you. They'll keep rearing their head again and again and again and again. Only in utmost deep acceptance of your own, so to say, dark corners will they start to get dissolved. And of course, then you also pour your attention and awareness into those dark corners and they start to go away. And this is what the Tao has been saying for 2000 years. There's a whole philosophy of Tao, which philosophy says that you don't really have to do anything. The grass grows by itself. You just have to observe. You just have to see. Your doing creates the whole problem, and your rejecting creates the whole problem. And your watching and observation clears the water, so to say. You know, there's been a beautiful small stories that a master and a disciple, they were going in a forest. The master was really thirsty and he sends the disciple to fetch some water. So he goes to a small pool to fetch water. But just before he takes the water from the pool, a horse cart came, ran through the water, and the whole water is very muddy now. हिल गया उसके नीचे का सारा. The water is muddy. And the disciple is so, um, he wants to do something for the master, no? So he with hand tries to clear the mud from the water. The more he tries, the more muddy the water becomes, right? So he goes back to the master saying that, sir, I'm trying my level best, but the water is still muddy, it's not getting cleared. So the master says, okay, go back to the pool and now just sit and watch the water and see the magic unfolding. So disciple goes back to the pool, sits by the pool, looks at the water, keeps observing the water, and on its own the dust starts to settle down, the mud starts to settle down, and then he takes the water. That's Tao. That's the middle path. That's the Samata Bhav. That's total acceptance. That's an attitude of not fighting. That's an attitude of non-rejecting. That's an attitude of absolutely sattva. And only in that sattva, the muds of your lives which you're not accepting will get settled. Otherwise, they will never get settled. Whatever you're not accepting in your life, I'm calling that the mud of that pool. There's only one way to settle that mud. There's absolutely no other way.